Good morning. It's 11 o'clock, straight up, 11 a.m. in California. Good morning to you. It's December 16th, 2023. I think I already said it's a Saturday. I'm not alone. I'm not home alone. Nope. Nope. Oh, I almost got an audio. Oh, there's an audio confirmation. There it is. Who's this guy? You might remember him. He's been on the show before. This is my brother Stan. Traveling around the country in a van that he's fixed up as his home. There he is, Meandering Man at 70. That is his highly neglected YouTube channel, right?
Yes, right. Well, I'm not posting. I haven't posted on that for about a year now, but I have quite a few posts.
Yeah. Oh, I got some stuff going on now. What is all of that happening? Were you guys hearing that on YouTube about Houston? We have a problem. Wow. All right, we'll get to that in a little bit. That's something new for the channel. Did you guys hear that? Give me in chat or in. Uh-oh, it's coming over again. All right, I gotta go turn that thing off. We'll talk about that later. Tony gives me a 1 saying he's hearing that. Stan has no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've got to go over here to this queue and put it on pause. Let's see if that works. Does that stop it? That did not work well. All right. And I'm gonna go catch up a little bit with chat, and then we'll go to the people who are with us on Zoom. Zoom is open. Here's the chat room. Ken Stout, first in the chat room at 9:42 a.m. my time, says no trailer, and I answer that later. Yeah, there's a trailer, it just doesn't play for you. Actually, the secret is I didn't have a trailer configured when he first came in, and then I went ahead and configured that. So it's the Cheers trailer where everybody knows your name. Josh letting us know that next weekend he's at his aunt's, so we're not going to be working on his backup issue today. And yeah, he asked if Zoom was open. This was my exclamation mark problem. That's what was causing that audio. And we'll talk about that later. Zoom is available. Tony Wallow with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Tony. Very kind of you. Some interaction with Josh. Josh saying thank you for the $1.99. Sin Vicious, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, mean extremely great. Let's see. I thought there was some reason why he was actually bringing that up or saying that. I don't remember right now. Jeff Ryman, when it comes to Doug's channel and Ken's channel, too many people know our names, and that's in reference to the trader. John Williams, Rick Lakes, good morning. Greg Guy, good morning. 55 degrees in southern Maryland. Jeff Ryman, how about a topic 8 today? And that's the memory thing with Big Beast Build. I do have some stuff ready to talk about with that if we get to it. People saying hellos to each other. Rick Lakes, Jonathan, Tony Wallow. Alice is here. Alice saying hello to people. Jonathan, CFWW. Jonathan again. Richard Rogers, good to see you. Alice again. All people saying hellos to each other because they haven't seen each other in so long. Tony says AVDVR good. Whoops, watch. AVDVRW. The watch goes down on the table, and that way if he text messages me, I'll be able to hear it from the phone if I'm paying attention. Can't afford that all the time. Tony Wallow. Dennis, just got a Spanish ad for Duracell batteries with our show. All right, so Duracell advertising on my channel. Oh yeah, there's an well, sort of. I got an email that's kind of curious. Ran Israel, Ida, Alice, Tony's testing the text message there. That's what you just heard. Almost caught up here, I think. Multiple commercials before the live stream. Wow. And John Williams tells us, were you using an ad blocker? Do you have the paid version? Or are you on the free version of YouTube? Because we know YouTube's been making some changes and all of that. Selden Ball says, for what it's worth, I only hear Doug if there's some noise. No, there's no other. Oh, so did you not hear the Houston that we have a problem? Oh, you didn't, probably, because I had the internal audio turned off. And it's still turned off until I bring Zoom in. The ad before the video will play soon. Just the normal aches and pain. Let me step over my PC. I can type. Let me go step over to my PC and I can type normally. As opposed to what is abnormal? Selden Ball, I had one of the long skippable abs, but I skipped it. Zavim Menor's here. Hello. Speedy, Steve Dodd. Steve Dodd, saw you on Ken Stout's show last night. Good to see you on camera with him. Ran Israel, Jonathan, Arnold Albert, Jonathan, Speedy. And if you'd like to come into the Zoom session here on my show, just send a email to this address that's on your screen right now asking for the credentials. And let's go bring Zoom folks in. So get ready to mute your YouTube audio although they probably already muted it because they've been hearing my microphone. So I've got to first turn on their audio to me, and then I'll turn on their audio to YouTube, and I'll bring them up on screen. Starting in the top left, I'll say hello to Josh Kinder. Hello, Josh.
Hey, Doug, what's up?
Hey, well, just got another Saturday show coming at you. And then top right, Mike Wojcik. Hello, how are you today?
Doing well, Doug. Yourself?
I'm good, thank you. Did you have any topics or comments to bring to the table?
No, I'm fine today, thanks.
All right. You're fine today. That sounds like a personal problem. I think a therapist could help you with that. Whatever.
No.
Chris Garrett is looking a little bearded and fuzzy faced there. It's got black skin today. Hello, Chris.
Hello, how you doing?
Woof, woof.
Hey, there is an app. Speaking of dogs, there is an app that will detect what dogs are saying when they bark.
Oh, is there? You know what? I think your dog looked at the camera when I did that. Woof.
He did.
Woof, woof. All right. Did you have any topics to bring to us today, Chris?
I don't.
Okay. Thank you for hanging out. Hello, Sin Vicious.
Hello.
How about you? You got anything to bring to the table? Are you going to be
Yeah,
here?
extremely great. That's it.
Extremely great. Okay, that's good. And I'll move on to Bob Carlson. Hello, Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Merry Christmas.
I know. Merry Christmas. I know you got something to bring today because you're one of our topics.
Yep. I think I'm going to switch over to the other program instead of the Zoom.
Other program instead of the Zoom. All right, whatever that means. You lost me.
Yeah.
I'm already connected to Bob's computer. There's another panel on my Zoom session called Bob, and I think that's the fake Bob.
Yep.
What is that? Is that the computer I'm connected to, maybe?
Who knows?
All right. Well, we're going to go straight into the issue that you're bringing to the table, and I'm going to show it on my list of topics. Get to the right place here where that is. To remind the audience that you've been on the show before, and this computer that I'm connected to, I've been connected to before. Let's see, I think we replaced the hard drive. Yeah, and you're actually rebuilt your computer from the ground up. And in this video that's linked in the description of today's video, there's a link there to the video where we were working with your computer back in, I think it was like January or February of 2022.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so we're approaching 2 years, and you've discovered that there's some files that you need that we did not get at the time. However, let's see, do I have a timestamp on that link? I'm going to go ahead and click that and see if it takes me to right. Yeah, it takes me right to the point in the video where we're talking about this EQ5. I'm showing it on screen now. Bob can't see that because he's not watching YouTube, but it's the EQ5 program, and we discussed that in that original video, and that was a sewing program. Remind me what you call that?
Yeah, it's called electric quilt.
Quilt. Okay. So the quilting files, what you have determined, are stored in a program folder directory. And it just occurred to me that I didn't have that set up, the email that you sent me showing where that is located. So we're just going to go copy those files. And when you first contacted me about this on email a couple days ago, neither you or I were sure where that content was, whether I might have a backup of it or I might have your whole old hard drive. When I went back and watched the videos, I found that I actually left that drive installed physically in the computer, and I think we left everything on it. So I think it's just going to be a matter of maneuvering to it and picking up those files. So let's see, I'm seeing program files, Electric Quilt Company, my EQ5 is where that's at. So let me come over and bring your computer up on screen. And I have not looked at this. I did connect to your computer before the show started today, but I have not gone to explore and confirm that those files are actually there. So we're going to find out together here. It's feeling a little sluggish in clicking. That's recent files, and it's not even scrolling down. So, I see your navigation panel looks like it's turned off. I'm going to go to the View menu up at the top, and now, there it is. Now the navigation, no, that's still recent files. Yeah. Look at that. EQ5 on the L drive. That is those files. It looks frequent folders. Why is it showing frequent folders? If you have, no, this is the C drive. It's being very slow.
I did a search of the desktop for the file extension I was looking for.
All right. So that may have been how you got there. There's a few USB drives. Do you have some USB drives connected?
No.
No, it's a little misleading. Here's the Macrium backups on the M drive. And actually, when I looked at that video, I saw what looked like 2 spinning hard drives in the computer. This is asking to insert a disk. USB drive G.
What happened to that L?
Yeah, that's a good question. We saw in recent files it indicated an L drive. This is behaving odd. I'm going to close that and reopen.
I've been called worse, Doug.
All right. Let's see. I'm taking a glance back at chat. Imran Israel is suggesting disk management. Well, let's go take a look at that so we know what physical drives are there. I did not actually watch the entire video through. So it could be that your original drive is still physically in the computer but not connected, because the only thing that is connected appears to be that M drive. But where did that, we saw that frequently accessed files L drive. That might have been a drive that you had connected to a USB port. Have you had any drives connected by USB port?
Not in many, many years.
And since we rebuilt this drive from scratch, I think what we did was installed a SSD and used Fab's Auto Backup to move files from your old computer, and reinstalled programs from scratch. And you had the installation media for that quilting program. Now, right up here, EQ5. Yeah, that looks like an L drive there, but when I float the mouse over that, it says C:\program files x86 Electric Quilt Company. Oh, you know what? That L is for
Local.
Local disk. That seems path local disk. The only other L other than electric quilt, there's an L in the word electric and an L in the word quilt, but those are lowercase L's. When I double click on that, does it take, yeah, it takes us to that C drive. And the files that you were, that you said these are stored as, supposed to be in Program Files Electric Quilt Company, EQ, my EQ5. Yeah, in the email you said my EQ5, but we don't have a my EQ5 here. Are you moving the mouse?
No, well, I might have bumped it.
All right.
It was in program files, not the -86.
Oh, all right. Let's try that. And then
Electric quilt.
electric quilt.
There's-
It's not there. Program files, Electric Quilt Company. Do you see Electric Quilt Company?
Nope.
Nope, not there. So when you sent me this
Look at
email. Go ahead. Oh, that was.
There's a notepad down on the bottom that's got the README file from.
Yeah, I just saw that in your email. You pulled that up from a README file, claiming that's where those files should be stored.
Notice they misspelled typical and a typical installation.
Yeah, all right.
Tip seal.
Well, I think what's happening now is it is these days in the program files 86 path is where it's supposed to be, and that's probably where those files are on the old drive. But it appears that we don't have access to that. So I think what I'm going to need is you're in you're local now. Part of the year you're not local to Fresno. So I think I'm going to need to have that computer back here. Can we bring it back here?
Yep, you bet. I can do it today.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm going to Fresno tomorrow, or Madera tomorrow, and then coming back here.
All right. Stan said, I guess he's offering to pick it up, bring it in. All right. Yeah.
Well, if you can look at it today, he can bring it back to me tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah, if you want to bring it in today, then he can take it back to you tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go. Because I don't think it's clear we're not going to get to it. So we needed to take that look. So we just did that during the show and could have done it before the show, but I thought it was going to be there. I really did.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, so much for that. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from your computer, and you can bring it on over here. I think you know where my house is, right?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. You're welcome.
See you guys later.
All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, then I'm going to come back over to the chat room and see where we go from there. People saying hello from each other. Jim KJ3N's here. Abby Normal. Abby Normal. Abby Normal. What does that mean? Do you know what that means, Stan?
No.
That's slang for something. I don't know.
Nope.
IB normal. Maybe it means IB normal. Abnormal is speech to text with a phone. Oh, that has. Did that have to do? Oh, abnormal. That's when Dennis was using speech to text. That's why he said he wanted to get over his keyboard. Got it. Steve Dodd's there. CFWW, slickdeals.net. What are you showing us here? $69 for a 2 terabyte SanDisk portable external SSD. Well, there you have it for those who need that. People saying hello to each other. John Williams, unpaid version of YouTube. I was warned by YouTube to shut off ad blocker or be blocked. That was John was telling us about advertisements he saw before the show. Jeff Ryman to John with uBlock Origin ad blocker has been working well for me. They keep updating to handle YouTube's anti-block scripts. Yeah, YouTube's putting a lot of effort into stopping ad blockers. Jeff Ryman, I hope you don't mean Microsoft, Bob. No, that wasn't Microsoft, Bob. This is interesting. Have a look at this, Stan.
Yeah,
Bob's over there, but he's frozen. And
Yeah.
actually, when he was last speaking, he was frozen. I'm thinking that he just had a photo of himself there. That might be the extra Bob that was on the panel.
Oh,
I think he's actually gone. I don't think he's even hearing us. Okay.
He's gone.
Oh, he is gone, according to Bob. You didn't hear him.
no.
Because, yeah, Stan's not hearing the audio through YouTube.
So Bob said he's not there?
Yeah, Bob just said he's gone. He just confirmed that he's gone. So,
I'm out of Zoom.
Oh, okay.
and then he says he's out of Zoom, even though he's still talking to me in Zoom.
I don't understand.
I'm confused. Did you see there, everybody? My brother Stan, he's also confused. Right? It's a family trait. It's not just me. He thought it was just me. I'm confused and don't know what I'm doing. Dennis, my Spanish Duracell ad was on my phone with ad blocker. I'm going to skip over things a little bit as I'm glancing at these messages to get caught up and move on to some other topics. Navigation pane is still hidden. Yeah, I never did actually open that up. But since we saw the disk management, we're fine. And that was an earlier comment from Rand. Long Dog, sometimes, Doug, I think those USB devices might be the media player for SD cards and media like that. Yes, that I think that computer does have a media bay that you can put devices into, and they show up as always there, even if you don't have anything inserted. Yeah, Greg's saying the same thing. Card readers on a computer will have drive letters. That's exactly it. Seeing unmounted USB drives as an option. Scroll down, there appear to be more disks below. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss that? I'll go ahead and reconnect to his computer. He's gone. He doesn't even know. Stan, can you send him a text message or call him and let him know I'm connecting again?
Okay.
Because maybe I didn't scroll down in disk management. That's what you guys are saying, isn't it? Did I miss that? Let's go take another look. Because that would be much better. I'd hate to have him deliver that computer to us and then find out it was there all along and I just didn't look right.
Text sent.
All right. See, I'll just go into disk management and see if I failed to scroll down.
Hey, Doug,
Yes, Josh.
did you ever check that computer with the malware that you have yesterday?
Yes, I did. It was clean.
Oh, cool.
Yep, it's already been delivered back to the client. Now, it was the computer that I was talking about yesterday. Yeah, that had that where she fell for the scam. Okay, so I'm looking at disk management, and I'll bring that back on screen. Ah, look at that scroll bar right there. Oh, no, it's those removable medias. That's all that was there. It's really sluggish. There's a CD drive at the bottom and the removable H. Yep. Good catch, but no cigar. Now I'll close that. Stan, you can text him back and let him know that we're done.
Yeah, take a look.
Oh, what? Oh, he's still watching on Zoom. Okay, so
And
he
he's
knows.
doing another text.
All right. Okay, very good.
I want to be a brother fan with you.
So we'll have to confirm that Bob still needs to bring it.
Yeah, Bob. So we still want you to bring the computer, and Josh just asked a question of Stan, but Stan couldn't hear it because he's not watching on
I'm not
YouTube.
plugged in.
So his question was, how long
how-
are you here with me?
Till Monday.
Till Monday.
Okay.
Thought he put his, yeah, and Bob's saying in text, I thought he put the backup on his old drive. That is what I think I said in the video when I look back on it. However, I think when I had his computer in here, I know in that video I could see on video there were 2 spinning drives in the computer. The section I looked at, one of them was disconnected. So it could be that I used his older drive that was in the computer as the
Partition?
as the backup. Hey, I got another idea. Bob, I want to connect again to your computer. Got another idea. We still might have a shot at this. Okay. All right. I got another idea where those files might be recoverable. I'm not showing my work at connecting to the computer because that would reveal his username and password for his computer. So I'll get connected and then bring that up on screen. But I got another idea.
But Bob, you always tell people to use the federal hard drive. You never tell them to use the hard drive in the actual computer.
That's not true, Josh. I've actually told about shrinking down the main partition in a computer and making a second partition on the internal drive for backups. There's various different strategies that can be done for backups. And no, it's not accurate to say that I always say use external. External gives you a level of protection that you don't get with internal drives, but let's not take that conversation right now. So here I'm connected to his computer again, and what I'm going to do is go into Macrium Reflect, and what I'm wondering is there a backup file on that computer that contains a full image of the old drive? If so, that would have the files that we're looking for. Now, I think the problem on his computer, the reason why we did the work in the first place is because after a Windows update, the computer would not boot up. And on that original video, I saw that there was a place where I showed that I took the registry files from his freshly installed Windows operating system and copied it over onto the old operating system and was able to get the computer to boot. But of course, his installations were invalid at that point. But the files would still be there. So here we get Macrium Reflect Updater. I'm going to cancel out of that. And then go to Existing Backups. If there's an existing backup there that is appropriately named, look, there's an iDrive backups and an M drive backups. And the iDrive is not accessible. And the M drive is all backups in this month. So they're not there. Then I'm going to go bring up, let's see, that navigation panel. So go to the View menu, then over here on Navigation Panel, and here's Navigation Pane. There's no check mark there, so I'll click on that. That should turn on the Navigation Pane. There it is. Navigation Pane is such a pain. Did he really say that? Dad jokes are allowed around here.
Okay.
Okay. Macrium backups. And I'm looking here to see if there's any other files there, and I don't think there's going to be. Well, how did that go to control panel? This is really sluggish. No, I lost File Explorer completely. Okay. Waiting. Now I'll click on the M drive. Yeah, we looked at this before. Going into the actual file folder, be sure there's nothing there that Macrium Reflect was not showing to me. And, oh, there's a, what's that? Oh, my backup from March 2022, but it's 11 kilobytes in size, and that's just a Microsoft Edge something or other, so that's nothing. Strike 3. Was that 3 things we tried today that hasn't worked out?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So once again, Bob, I'm going to disconnect from your computer. Should I really disconnect? Should I leave it connect? Oh, I wasn't even showing that, was I? Yeah, I was. I was showing that. Let's leave that connected a little bit, Bob. Who knows what other ideas might come up. Mapped drive, machine that displays media drives. Yeah, we talked about that. You mounted an ISO. Won't be there. Looked in program data. Topic 8. Winter mute, Rick Lakes. People saying hellos to each other's. Seems confused. That's kind of a meme around here. Somebody said in chat, does this guy know what he's doing? He seems confused. And that's kind of stuck with us. I don't mind that at all. Oh, that's
Bob.
Bob to Stan. So we're trying recover a missing file. Apparently we don't see it at the moment. Yeah, that's it. I'm not a fan of system restore, but if we really get stuck, that file is not going to exist there because that was in a previous Windows installation. HTML, yeah, that was an HTML, that one that said backup. That's a definition file, I think, for Macrium. March 2022. Yeah, that would have been when I was finished with his, but it shouldn't. The definition file shouldn't have an extension that's recognized by Edge. I suppose it could. Third-party software, recover. Yeah, that's not going to be on this drive because this was a brand new drive. So I need to get to his previous drive, which I think is still in the computer and just not connected. So topic 8. Come back over here and display topic 8. No, actually, before topic 8, let's do something that I haven't told you about yet and is not listed on the topics. And it's what you heard at the beginning. I've been poking around experimenting with StreamerBot. And this would be a way for you to be able to alert me during the stream of something going wrong. And some other fun things that we could do. So there is, if I go over here to actions, there's this interrupt action that you can trigger by typing into chat !problem. Now I have internal audio turned on now. So let's go over here and try this. So let's see. I need to unpause. Yeah, this is paused right now. So I'm going to unpause that, resume.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, you're hearing that now.
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Okay,
Houston,
I need to
we have a problem.
Clear.
Houston,
Pause,
we have a problem.
resume all close.
Houston, we have a
Pause
problem.
that.
Houston,
It's
we have a
paused.
problem.
How long is it going to
Houston,
continue?
we have a
Stop
problem.
That. Stop that. Stan's over here
Houston,
wondering what in the world
we
he's
have a
talking about
problem.
because he's not hearing this.
Houston, we have a problem.
All
Houston,
right.
we have a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Stop it already. It's
Houston,
still going.
we have a problem.
I think I'm going to have
Houston,
to do some
we
more.
have a problem.
I don't want to
Houston,
delete the cue.
we have a problem.
Blocking it
Houston,
isn't right.
we have a problem.
It just puts a check
Houston,
mark.
we have a problem. Houston, we have a
Should
problem.
have paused it. Clear.
Houston, we have a problem.
Pending count. These are still coming up.
Houston,
It thinks
we
there's
have a problem.
93 of them waiting.
Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem.
Do you think?
Houston, we have a problem.
See, before the show started, or
Houston,
at the beginning,
we
I was
have a
able
problem.
to pause this, and it stopped.
Houston,
now it's
we
just
have a problem.
continuing. All right,
Houston,
delete this.
we have a
Queue
problem.
media is currently in use by
Houston,
actions.
we have a
Cannot be
problem.
removed. Are you kidding me?
Houston, we
All
have a
right.
problem.
I just turned it off so you guys can't hear it anymore, but I'm still hearing it. Pending actions. Can I delete all of these? I cannot delete them. Oh, this is nuts. Can I exit? Are you sure you want to close StreamerBot? That was StreamerBot, and there's also SpeakerBot, because SpeakerBot is still doing all this stuff. Ay, caramba. Can I close that? Yes, that stopped it. Well, that's a big fail. How many fails is that for today? All right. Back to chat. Biggest thing is just to be absolutely sure this file does exist and has been on the machine before that kind of thing. So the file's not actually on this drive. I'm going to skip over that. Heard them, hit the like buttons from Mike Lawn Dog about the multiple drives showing up from media drive. I just turned on HP desktop that I know has that characteristic, and it shows multiple drives. Jim's finding that humorous. Speedy. New ideas always come to me too. I shut down my PC. So annoying. Zv, now we have a real problem. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that. Just like I thought, if you put an SD card, it will read it. Yeah, pull the plug. Simpler than using a backup. The files should be on the original disk, can be copied or dragged from the old disk to the new one. Yeah, that should be simple once I get that connected. Now, the other possibility is I commonly will make a backup to my own external drives, but since I saw on that video that I left his original drive in there, I thought for sure that file was going to be there. And we had a conversation about it during our session, so I think it's there somewhere. So I'm going to kind of skip over this a little bit. Speedy says, such a Doug StreamerBot. All right, there we go. Who's coming in Zoom here? So there's Jim. Hello, Jim.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
You know what? I'm gonna grab that audio clip and use it, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
All right. So now let's get to what you asked for, or somebody asked for, is topic 8. So Bob, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from your computer. I don't see anything further we're going to do remotely with that. And I am disconnected now. And if you wanted to go ahead and bring it over, you can go ahead and hit the road. Oh, Jim's there on camera. Hello. Are you on your follow me camera?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and demonstrate that for us a little bit. Some people haven't seen it. It just moved a little bit. Yeah. Now that's not electronically following, and that's on a gimbal. The camera is physically turning, right?
Yes.
All right. Coolness. And this number 8. Rebuilding. Oops, that's the old. Video. Where is today's? Do I not even? I think I lost it. Yeah. I'll go back button. Yeah. Here's today's. Oh, look at this. The trailer is playing again for me. I'm not going to unmute it because that'll get me a copyright notice for this video. Is that happening for you guys? If you hit your back button or refresh, are you seeing the trailer again? That's something weird that has only started recently. Used to be that if you tried looking at the trailer within a minute before the show starts, you wouldn't see it. But now it seems to be more available. So number 8, memory integrity cannot be turned on in core isolation on Big Beast. I went to look at that to kind of prepare for it this morning, and I did something by mistake. Here's a photo. On this device security, it had that exclamation mark, and there's that link that it has to ignore this. If I bring it up live right now, you see we've got that exclamation mark. And I think I accidentally clicked on dismiss this morning and got a surprising result. So I took some pictures. I'm going to show you what I did. Here's the first picture that I took after I accidentally, I think, clicked to ignore that. I'm hitting the right arrow key to go to the next picture, except it didn't go to the next picture because I'm on the wrong keyboard. Move the keyboard out of the way. So here's right arrow key. So here when I go into this screen, it says this setting is managed by your administrator. Now I think that's because the last thing that we did was we put in a registry entry that was supposed to fix the memory integrity thing, but it didn't because I still had that exclamation mark. I think this morning when I clicked to ignore that, maybe that was the extra step that it was waiting for me to do, because once I did that, this section now, memory integrity, says this setting is managed by your administrator, but notice this, it says that it's on. That implies that it's functioning. And I can't turn it off because it's being managed by my administrator, and Windows is deducing that by the fact that there is a registry entry that's controlling that, I think. Now, what I did to go a little bit further with that, let me hit the right arrow key. This was that registry entry. It was for hypervisor enforced code integrity. We created that. And then, Josh, I'm going to mute you there. We created that and enabled it, and that was supposed to fix it. But when I restarted the computer, I still had that exclamation mark and it appeared to not be fixed. Right arrow key again. And here what I did this morning is I saved that registry key and I named it. This is my habit for saving a registry key or section of the registry. Reg hyphen, put in the date in a reverse order so that things sort properly, and I describe what it is. It's the memory integrity before deleting, and it's just this selected branch. And I always put that on the root of the C drive, knowing that's where I will find them. So any computer that I work on might have these registry files there. Here's a registry backup that I'd done somewhere in the past before regfix for Spotlight. That's when we were trying to work with, I think it was Alice, for trying to fix the Spotlight issue. Then right arrow key. So then I come back to the registry and I go delete this key. So that key is currently not present. And that has brought me back to this state. After restarting the computer, I got the exclamation mark. Now, if I dismiss this, that exclamation mark will go away, but memory integrity should still not be active. If I go to settings here, we see here memory integrity is off, your device may be vulnerable. So I think at this point, if I come back here and say dismiss, and then go look at these settings, I'll see that memory integrity is off. It's just ignoring that and not showing me an exclamation mark down here in the notification area in the bottom right corner of the screen. So I think that's what's going on. I'm going to go look at chat and see how you guys are responding to that description. Kassan's had a chance to use the ThinkPad T14 the last few weeks. Putting the FN key with the left control key is normally an awful design decision. Something about a movie between two of those. Didn't we cover this already? Pretty cool. You make me wonder you make me kind of wonder if I might give it a whack. A few minutes ago, I stumbled onto a Pink Floyd video. Some of these are conversations between you guys and on another subject, so I'm going to skip over them. A conversation about Pink Floyd here. I'm going to stay out of that. Okay, so nothing else on this topic. So I'm going to come up here and try this. Go back here and dismiss that. So now device security, and I'm thinking it's going to say for core isolation, it's going to be turned off. Yes, it is off. Then scan again. If I scan again, will it give me back to the exclamation mark state? No, it doesn't. Review and no. So once I've told it to ignore that, if I decide I want to go back and turn that on, what can I do to do that? Memory integrity just sounds like something I want to have. Prevents attacks from inserting malicious code into high security processes. The incompatible drivers, we looked at that before. These all seem to be related to Bluetooth. And when I go into Device Manager and look at Bluetooth drivers, don't have anything with exclamation marks. And it thinks these are all incompatible. August, there's a January 2016 for import date, driver date. There's a different import date, different driver date. These are the same file names. Published names are different. I don't know where to go with this. Or even if I care. You know that I've had this hanging around for months, that we haven't got around to doing anything with it. So that's where that's at. If you're not using virtual machines anymore, disable virtualization in BIOS. I'm not using virtual machines anymore. And if I bring up Task Manager, look at Performance tab. I think that's where we see it, isn't it? Performance tab. Let's maximize that, or is it Processes tab? Where is it that shows us whether that is virtualization is active or not? On CPU. Yeah, virtualization is currently enabled. All right, I'll look at turning that off. And last time we talked about that, I did go look around in BIOS, and there's so many different menu options. I'm not sure where that is, so that's going to take a little research too. If somebody's got a link that shows me where to find that in my BIOS, most of you that know where to find those links, you already know what motherboard I have. Yeah, I think I like that. Try it, see what happens with virtualization disabled. Lawn Dog, yeah, my issue with memory integrity has to do with a driver for my headphones. All right, the driver for my Logitech headphones is special. older version that does not have the limitation of audio sound input. Speedy says, Doug, did you get the idea for StreamerBot from Pirate Software? Yes, I did. Thor uses it to great effect. Boy, Thor's messages move quickly on his channel. Yes, I did get that from his channel and got turned on to that. Lawn Dog, now thanks to government safety headphones, volumes are limited, and they do it typically through software. Now, the problem with this StreamerBot is their documentation is for version 0.1.8. Since then, they've had at least 2 more releases, and the release that I'm using is their most recent release, which is version 0.2.2. And they don't have any documentation on that, and they've changed the way things are done. There's a person who puts out YouTube videos and is active on their Discord for how to use it, and I've had some interactions with him through comments on his videos, and he's trying to give me some guidance on it, but he's shown right up front also that the documentation is not up to date, so there's some struggles for figuring out how to get it to work right. Apparently Windows 10 integrity feature doesn't like this older version. That's for his older headset driver. Jeff, I had to resolve one driver issue before I could turn on core isolation. It was pretty straightforward to follow the instructions in the link you showed. Did I show the a link for that? Oh, yes. I cut the red wire. All right. I'm suspecting that I'm behind a little bit in chat. I got to scroll up and down. Ran Israel gives me a YouTube video to look at. This is how to enable virtualization on Asus BIOS. Looks like my BIOS screen goes into advanced, and then CPU configuration. I just went in here this morning and looked at it briefly. Intel virtualization technology. That sounds pretty obvious. I'm not totally sure that is there, but yeah, I'll go look at that after the show. So I'm running out of topics. You guys got something you want to talk about? Let's go back to Zoom. See if anybody's got something that they came across this week, or some story or something else of interest. Anybody? Bueller?
No, I'm taking pot shots at Linux fanboys, that's all.
Oh, okay. Where are you doing pot shots at Linux fanboys?
Was it Brian Brightek over in the UK?
Yeah.
He's talking about what things need to be for Windows 12 and all this other stuff. And somebody down in the comment section, once again, as every time we go through a major Windows revision, somebody comes along and says, well, this will be the end of Microsoft. Everybody will switch to Linux. And I basically just rake them over the coals.
Oh,
it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I wish these people would stop doing this.
Yeah. What are you going to say? What are you going to do?
No, well, I laid it out. It's not Linux on the desktop. I mean, server is a different market. Let's be honest. It's just a completely different market. Linux there, it's king. It's fine. I don't have any issue with that. But Linux in its entire 20 plus years, maybe 30 plus years of existence, has never seen more than 5% of the desktop market ever in its entire existence.
Yeah.
You are not going to see people moving to Linux. You're certainly not going to see the enterprise going. No, they're too locked in to the Microsoft world. It's not going to happen. So
and there's no attraction. There's no attraction for them to it. The attraction for normal end users, they're completely satisfied with Windows.
Right.
They know things go wrong with computers. They have no reason to think that it is a responsibility of the operating system, and the problems that they come across truly are not due to the operating system, because their needs are just way too simple. It's the people who are technical enthusiasts that are doing other things with their computers that have that motivation.
I'm running Linux, but you know what? the average person, if you so much as move a button somewhere, they start hitting the panic button.
Oh yeah.
So to try to get them over to a whole new operating system, forget it. It's not going to happen.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's for people like to tinker.
Absolutely. This client that had spent a few hours with the scammers and had them connected remotely to their computer when she got me on the phone, I said, I want you to hold down the power button on your computer to turn the computer off. She said, is that the button is that the red button or blue button? She was trying to tell me the color. I said, well, I don't know what color your power button is. Well, is it in the upper left corner of my laptop? I don't know where the power button is on your computer. My point is she didn't understand what is the power button on the computer, and that is normal end users. And people who are into Linux don't, I think oftentimes have no clue of what the mindset is of a normal computer user.
My kind of phrase for that is they don't know how to shift down.
Right. They can't shift down in their conversation, the words that they use, the way they describe things. They make far too many assumptions about what the person they're talking to understands.
Look, I ran OS2, which is even more esoteric than Linux ever was.
Right.
I ran OS2 for a decade. Believe me, I understand about running alternative operating systems. Your problem is always going to be the software. If the software is not there, people don't go.
Right.
I've had some of the same conversations on those online things like I was thinking about writing something in the one you're talking about from Brightech.
Yep.
And I decided not to. I've done that in the past and it's useless. I mean, you're right. Enterprise, even if they wanted to change over, what do enterprises use widely? Microsoft Office. Microsoft is never going to make that available on Linux.
No. Microsoft Teams is another one.
Yeah.
Right. And LibreOffice, OpenOffice, all of that is never going to catch up to Microsoft Office.
Well, then there's also all the vertical market software.
Right.
I mean, pretty much all my clients, they have some form of vertical market software that requires Windows.
Correct. So, and there's no incentive for those people to make it for any other platform.
Yeah.
And yesterday I went and saw the dentist and they have new Office software on their computers. I saw on the screen when they were getting ready to pull my tooth, and they don't make that stuff for Linux, maybe not even Mac,
Yeah. And arguing with them, putting in the comments that there's no way you're ever going to convince them. They're in their own world. Let them be in their own world. And
I think we woke somebody up.
Yep.
Yeah, he's connecting to audio. There he is. Hello, Gary.
Hello.
Welcome aboard.
I do have one thing I could bring up. We found out this yesterday. In Chrome, they moved where the Chromecast button is. If you open Chrome now, where it normally sat, you drop, it's not there anymore. They moved it to share and something or other.
All right. Well, that probably threw some people. So let me give Gary a chance here. Did you come in to chime in on something we've been talking about, or just come in to join the fray?
I'm gonna shoot my dog.
Oh,
he's getting old. He's 17. So.
Oh wow.
But no, actually, I think you had some hardware that was unknown. I just saw it when you did number 8. So I got home late. We had trouble at Temple today.
On my topic number 8?
Yeah, I think on your device manager you had an unknown hardware or not found.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think I do have a other device.
You're right. That's it.
Yeah, that's how I'm bringing it up now. Yes, I do have another device, and it's a Bluetooth. So that memory integrity thing was complaining about Bluetooth. And I seem to remember that at some point I bought some external, some USB Bluetooth dongle when I was having a problem with a Bluetooth device, and I thought it might have been a version of Bluetooth issue that, and so I probably got some drivers installed on the computer that weren't the right things to have. Oh, you know what? Another thing that I could do is I have that alternate fresh install of Windows 11 in a different partition on this computer. When I restart the computer, I can select to boot to that other partition, and it's a fresh installation of Windows 11. I don't think I've checked on it for that memory integrity thing. I should check to see it, and the Bluetooth device. That might help me figure out what's going on there. Oh, let's do something here. I'm bringing back up that device manager and properties for that other device. Details, device description, hardware IDs. Right click and copy that, and then do a Google search on that. Control V. Solve missing Bluetooth peripheral device. No drive. Bluetooth peripheral device, no driver. So these are 2016. Driver identifier, yeah, right. Don't have a whole lot of faith in these various utilities that claim to be able to fix drivers, and really what they want to do is subject you to massive advertising on their websites. This one is from HP. Oh, yeah, well, I've been through HP missing drivers, but this is Bluetooth. So anyway, that's what you were bringing up, Gary, was that there's that other device.
I saw there was yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that is, I think, a good catch, and probably the direction that I need to go with that. It would be useful to find out if that exists. If that exists on the other partition of Windows 11, that partition was not subjected to any of my monkeying around with drivers back in its history. So if that same other driver exists over there, then that means there is some physical device on this computer that is not getting the right driver. But the Bluetooth is, I believe, built into the motherboard. And I've installed all the drivers from the manufacturer for this motherboard. All right, it just feels to me like there's a lot of potential direction there. So on that other partition, the other bootable Windows 11, I want to see if it's about that memory integrity thing, to see if it's present there and see if that Bluetooth driver is there. They seem to be related. Okay, thank you, Gary. Good catch. A bunch of other comments in chat. Oh, of course. Lawn Dog's been talking a lot.
And that would surprise anyone. How?
Yeah, no. Thank you, Lawn Dog, for putting up with our ribbing now and then. But let me catch the other folks here. There's Danielle. Any interest in new Intel Ultra Mobile CPUs announced and released this past week? Those I'm imagining are mostly going to be on mobile devices. I haven't read up anything about them and not particularly interested in pursuing them much, but let's see if people responded to that. Selden Linux desktops are popular in the scientific research community, along with Windows and Mac. Yeah. Costanza. Use whatever operating system you want, but stop trying to convert other people. Yeah. Amen on that. 5 or 6 Lawn Dog lines here. Talking again about the Linux. I'm going to skip over that. Microsoft Office is available on Android. I thought Microsoft Office was available on Linux, and is that not true? Somebody just said it's not available.
No, it's not.
All right.
Microsoft isn't going to shoot themselves in the foot like that.
Yeah, but they make it available on Apple. So how is that not shooting themselves in the foot?
Well, they've been doing it on Apple ever since Apple started. Bill Gates actually had a collaboration with Apple at one point.
Well, that's true.
He actually loaned Apple a bunch of money when they looked like they might go under.
Well, and that was one of my trailers, was Bill Gates doing a commercial for Apple computer that I showed recently.
Apple's market has sort of stabilized where it is. It's going to stay the same. I think the percentage.
And I don't see it as a threat to Windows either.
No, it's not.
Well, I think Microsoft wanted to stick around because they're afraid of the antitrust aspect of it. So that's why they helped out Apple.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Also, for those playing the home game, the Apple desktop market share is over 20%. Linux currently, as it stands, is 2%. 2%.
Yeah.
Maybe 3%.
Yeah. And massively growing by leaps and bounds.
Yeah. It's so massively growing that even if
it may get to 3% in my lifetime.
2.97%, climbing to 2.98%.
It's not going to happen. Give it up, folks.
No. I mean, I'm not a Linux hater. In one of my last jobs, I was a sysadmin on some rack mount servers we had running Linux.
Yeah, I know in the server market, there's pretty significant.
I had Linux dual booting with my DOS Windows 3.1 system back in 1998, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
That's when you had to kind of work at it to get it to dual boot.
Oh, I think I can do one better. How about a system that boots XP OS 2 in Linux?
Oh, yeah. Never did a triple boot.
Been there, done that one.
I see Greg.
What I plan to do nowadays is the Windows subsystem for Linux is good enough. If I want Linux again on my new machine, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to dual boot. I'm just going to run it in the subsystem. You can even do graphical stuff there now if you feel like it.
I see Greg M's comment saying, yeah, Bluetooth is on motherboard these days. Lawn Dog technical question, like Gary's opinion and thoughts on memory integrity issue with drivers. What is it actually in the memory integrity specification or its function for detecting things that make older programs or any program incompatible? What is the driver or things in a program that irritate and make it flag programs like this? I'm kind of curious as to what it is looking for and trying to detect. Well, let's just start with, before whether Gary has something to chime in on that or not, I want to come back and remind about this. What it says right here about memory integrity is it prevents attacks from inserting malicious code into high security processes. Gary, do you have any deeper understanding of what that actually means to us?
No, but I've caused errors when I've been writing programs back in the day.
Okay.
No.
All right.
But, basically bad code. The number one causing is not Bluetooth, it's Western Digital. All their portable drivers cause that memory integrity error.
Oh.
Seriously, the little, they're, I think the 2.5 full height drives.
Yeah.
5 terabyte, 6 terabyte.
Okay.
They all cause that memory integrity error.
So when it's the memory integrity error is not actually the system saying that there is a memory integrity problem, is it? It's
yes. It's saying the driver is going over boundaries.
Okay. So now it's trying to protect malicious code. Is it saying, when it gives us those error messages, is it saying it thinks that is malicious code, or is it saying it's unable to do its memory integrity work because of that misbehaving code?
The second, it is unable to do its memory
Unable.
integrity.
Yes. It's not claiming that that is malicious code.
It is basically leaving a hole. I'll give a better example that people understand. Let's say you're signing on to your computer, Windows computer, enter PIN or password, right?
Yeah.
Think of that you got the space there, 25 characters, you enter in 50. What happens to those other 25 characters? That causes issues. Western Digital with their drivers have issues with that.
Okay.
And that's where the integrity error says, well, I can't handle what's going to happen with that driver.
Gary,
obviously, go ahead.
Which drives are you talking about? The portable 5 terabyte drives?
Yeah, the Passport. Actually, the 1 and 2, and the 5s that I know of.
The 1 and 2s I've been using for a long time without any issues. I actually have the drivers installed on a couple of my machines. I'm not sure if I have them on my build.
Take a look at them. Have you looked at the integrity error? See if you have it.
I'll have to go and check on that. I can't do it right now. I have to be in my administrative account, I think, to see that. But I'll check that.
You'll have the little, like Doug had the little yellow checkbox.
The exclamation
mark. I don't have that. I don't have the exclamation point, no.
Well, you may have hit the dismiss, and the dismiss will say accepted. That's all the dismiss means.
Well, let's see what other people in the either in Zoom or in the chat room.
I'm not sure. I had a driver issue and I uninstalled whatever driver was causing that. And then I was able to turn on core isolation after that.
Right.
I don't remember all my details, to be honest with you, at this point.
Okay, let me ask
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to ask this question of the people that are watching. Down in the bottom right corner of your screen, whether you're Windows 10 or 11, go to the shield icon, double click, and what's that? Did that need a double click, or did that get up with does that come up with a single click? Single click gets you there. And then go to device security, and then core isolation. Go to core isolation details, and let me know whether your memory integrity is on or off. Now
mine is on.
Now I don't. Okay, yours is on. Now I don't have that exclamation mark now. We had that.
Did you hit the dismiss while you were explaining it to it, or was that just
no,
earlier today?
That was earlier today. I'm surprised what I'm seeing right now. I'm wondering. It looks like if I try to turn it on, is it going to get me back to that exclamation mark? That might be the case. So here I'm clicking, and then answer user account control, yes. And resolve any driver, yeah. Resolve any driver incompatibilities and scan again. I can't turn on again. And I don't have the exclamation mark. This is just working differently.
Yeah,
now.
You've got that other thing at the bottom I don't see on my Microsoft vulnerable driver block list. Is that only there if memory integrity is off?
Microsoft vulnerable driver block list. Microsoft blocks drivers with security vulnerabilities from running on your device. You don't have that?
No. Now, I'm not in my administrative account, but I can get to the other page like you were.
Are you on Windows 11?
No, 10.
Oh, that might be the difference.
Okay.
Because I'm on 11.
Oh, okay. You're living on the Big Beast, or are you on Baby Beast?
This is Big Beast.
Okay.
Now, since you've asked, Baby Beast does not have that exclamation mark problem. And let's go bring that up on screen. If I go down to the shield icon, single click, and then go to device security, security processor. This screen is, this is, which per version of Windows 11 is this? WinVer. This is Windows 11 Pro. Security processor details. This screen is different. Device security there. Okay, switching back to Big Beast. Here's device security. So at this level, the two computers are showing that same option. Single click on that on Baby Beast you're looking at, and then back to Big Beast. Single click. There's core isolation, then security processor, secure boot, data encryption. So core isolation at the top does not exist on Baby Beast. Core isolation. So I have you're looking at Baby Beast. So bring up Task Manager, go to CPU, virtualization is disabled. So I'm guessing that's because virtualization is disabled on Baby Beast. And here's Big Beast, where we just saw recently that virtualization is enabled. So this core isolation, is that something that only exists when you have virtualization enabled? And therefore memory integrity is only an issue when you have virtualization enabled. I don't know, it's above my pay grade.
No. Oh, let me pass on something to Gary 1 second. I just plugged in one of those passport drives, just the 2 terabyte, and it's using the Microsoft driver. The Western Digital driver is not installed on my quote new build.
Then you won't have the error, because if you can actually search on it, and Western Digital has information about the error.
Okay, all right.
And then
and I'm on Windows 10. I have not gone to 11, and I know
they
you
have it for
11 stuff.
They have it for both. I mean, it's
okay. Yeah, the fives I was mentioning, the 5 terabyte drives I was mentioning are actually Seagate, not Western Digital.
You actually got them at Costco drives?
Yep, yeah, that's I used to buy all my external drives at Costco, and they quit selling the passport. Now some stores have the Seagate ones, the 5s. So showing my Costco prejudice, I guess.
All right, we got some feedback in chat on this subject. It's winter mute options not there with no TPM. Windows 10, it's turned off. Lawn Dog, I kind of think the memory integrity issue is a new specification to protect memory violations was invoked, and this new spec doesn't allow certain accesses to memory locations that were allowed in the past. This doesn't necessarily mean the code was bad and malicious, just means the new specification isn't going to allow it based upon intrusions from malicious code in the past. But how that is structured would be an interesting discussion with the programmer who can explain the protection scheme. Okay, then Seldon Ball. I just now was able to enable memory integrity, but it'll require a reboot later. I'm running WinQO and did a search for memory integrity at the left. I don't know what QO is. Ida Rivera, maybe that's it. Wintermute, no TPM, but the option is there. Don't think we'll be able to turn it off for that very reason. Oh, typo is running Windows 10. All right. Again, my incompatible drivers on Windows 10 are several Logitech drivers, a Cronus driver, and Western Digital. Seldon Ball. Correction, it was core isolation that I just enabled. I do have virtualization enabled. Ida has virtualization enabled. She does a lot of VMs. Ran Israel, same as Ida. And Zavi, driver for Bluetooth in your motherboard. Oh, good. Thank you.
Some of the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functionality is oftentimes on those little things that plug into your small PCIe port on the motherboard.
Small ECIe.
PCIe.
Oh, PCIe.
Right. But
Okay.
there was a little one in the middle of some motherboards that you just plug in this little thing and it's got the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth on it. That's
All right. That way it's upgradable. You could plug in a
right. That's the way it was on my old HP desktop, and that thing
Right.
died. Since I don't need Wi-Fi on that machine, I just never have replaced it. You can buy those for around $20 off Amazon.
All right. Let's see. I'm looking over this page now. Wait a minute. That Zavi. Really? Wait a minute. Did I do this right? Let me go back to this
Download it.
link again. Clicking on that link.
It downloaded.
Oh, it downloaded. Oh, okay. See, this web page that I went to because the download was the HP.com. And I thought, wait a minute, you think my Bluetooth driver is HP? Oh, it downloaded. Yeah, okay. I got you. Anybody want to double dare me to install that while the stream's running?
You shouldn't reboot.
I think it would be okay. Let's go.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're not using anything. Are you using it for your headphones or anything? Bluetooth.
Yeah. These headphones are Bluetooth.
And that might cause a problem.
And you think that's going to stop me? Why?
Stop you? Nothing. Stop.
You feel lucky, punk?
Well, do ya? All right, so I'm going to extract that to... Oh, there's already a folder there. Let's... ERV Bluetooth. Let's cancel that. DRV Bluetooth. That is December 1st. So apparently I already downloaded that December 1st. ASUS setup. Right click, I'll run as administrator. Answer yes to user account control. I have 0 dropped frames, by the way. Woohoo. Am I going to see anything? Go back to Device Manager, see if that did anything. No. How about if we try updating the driver by manually pointing to that folder? Oh, it looks like I already did that. That's what it's remembering, I think, from the last time I was in this screen. Windows was unable to install your Bluetooth peripheral device. Try another double click on that. There's nothing that comes up after I answer yes to the user account control. I don't know that you even saw me do that on YouTube. Well, that didn't solve it. Danielle Emberly says core isolation is off on this computer. That's her 5700. Greg M. Western Digital thread regarding issue. Western Digital drivers causing vulnerability on most of the computers. All right. Direct download. Yeah. But did not solve my driver. My missing driver. Why? So I'll try that same, when I reboot the computer and go into the other partition with the fresh Windows 11 Pro, see what it does there. All right. Ran Israel, doesn't it say devices functioning normally? Talking about back here on Bluetooth peripheral device properties, the device is working properly. Yeah, but why is it shouldn't be listed in the other devices? I don't know how reliable this is on device status. This is the device reporting that it's operating properly. I don't have any Bluetooth devices that are not functioning. Yeah, I don't know anything else there to do. Look at driver details. We were in there, but what do you want to look at in driver details? Because there's a lot of details. Oh, Speedy's coining a new term. DDD, Daredevil Doug. Driver's tab. And Israel wants driver's tab. Driver tab. This driver details. No driver files are required or have been loaded for this device. All of this says driver date not available, driver provider unknown. I could disable a device. That sounds like an adventurous thing to try. Sounds like a Daredevil Doug kind of thing to do. If I disable it and lose my headset, that would prove that that is associated with it. I'm ready to do that. Rand says go for it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. Oh, disabling this device will cause it to stop functioning. Do you really want to disable it? Yes. All right. Now, if you guys in Zoom were really to punk me on this, I can ask you to talk to me and you just start moving your lips and don't actually say anything, right? That would really be a way to harass me. Jim's the only one unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
I hear you. I hear you. So that did not disable my headset. Now I disabled that. What does that do for Device Manager? Let's see, Device Manager's right there. That doesn't do anything for Device Manager. How about a scan for hardware changes? And it shows a down arrow right here indicating that it's disabled. And then how about if we go back and say enable? Now we're just hacking. Try this. Try that. Somebody had an idea there? Were you about to say an idea? Somebody?
I mean, what are you trying to do?
At this point, I don't know.
I mean, you go down to sound, video, and game controllers, and you can disable your headphones.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is determine what the reason for doing that was determined is this Bluetooth peripheral device, is it associated with my headset? Because my headset is a Bluetooth. Now come up here to Bluetooth. There's a bunch of other Bluetooth stuff here. Here's Open Run Pro. That's my headset. MIFA is an external Bluetooth speaker that I think I configured once with this computer, but haven't used it for a long time.
Is it dimmed or dark? It's not dimmed, it doesn't look like. So that means it's still connected.
What is?
If it was dimmed, it would be not connected.
It was dimmed. Oh, you're saying that the MIFA should be dim if it's actually not connected? Maybe that's not the external speaker I'm thinking of. I'm not 100% certain that MIFA is the external Bluetooth speaker that I'm thinking of. But I don't know of anything I have that is called MIFA. Let's look at this. Always show device as connected is set to true. That sounds to me like it wouldn't go gray if it was disconnected, whatever it is. Intel Wireless Bluetooth. I'm suspecting that's the actual motherboard driver, but then here's Bluetooth device RF COM. See if I disable, I'm thinking if I disable this one, I'll lose my headset. Obviously, if I do this one, I would lose it. But I have two of those. Do I care? Really, the only thing that's of interest here is why is this one, because that's the one that is abnormal, not supposed to be there. Zvi says it's supposed to be Intel Bluetooth driver, such and such. Is that what this one is? Intel Wireless Bluetooth driver. Look at details for that. I'm going to move this around a little bit better. Version 22.190.0.2. So it looks like I have a more recent version. Zvi, am I looking in the right place here? Doesn't show a date there. That download, it says Windows 11 64-bit version 2022-19. Yeah, 22.19.002. 19002. So that's the version that was expected based upon that download. That, and then typing. Did you hear what I typed? What is the vid PID of this device? Go to hardware IDs, uninstall and device manager. Uninstall. Well, okay. Let's go to that other device. Uninstall. Pretty sure I've done this before. So now there's no other devices showing here. And if I come back up here and scan for hardware changes, that'll, I believe, come right back, which tells us that this is some physical device that's there. It could just be the motherboard that's generating that rather than anything that's plugged in anywhere. And if it's a motherboard, then that would imply that there's something wrong with the drivers I have installed for the motherboard. Zvi is confirming, yes, I have the newer version than what he had me download. What about uninstalling the version that I have and then install that older version that we downloaded? Does that have any merit? It was this Intel. We could, if we uninstall it and then install that downloaded driver, shouldn't that revert us back to that older version? Let's see if anyone supports the idea of doing that. In the chat room or in Zoom, does anybody have any other topics for us to talk about? Otherwise, we'll hang this up early because I'm out.
I have one thing I need to add.
Go ahead, Sin.
I've gotten a half a dozen emails from Ken Stout's Zoom email, and they all have something to do about a free Amazon gift card. And I only shared that one of my addresses with Ken, and I've gotten like I said, a half a dozen emails this morning. I think his account might be compromised. Just to let everybody else know.
Well, I don't know. It might be that he's pursuing a new career path.
I got a text message from Ken saying there was an issue with gift cards he was sending to people, and it would be resolved around Wednesday.
Oh.
Time. I haven't looked at my emails in a couple of days, so I don't know what's going on with the emails.
Yeah, it was the email that I got sent was sent on the 12th of December. So that was like 4 days ago.
Okay, well, I haven't looked at my email since then either. I've been ignoring it for a few days.
Well, I know how to check the address by looking at the properties, and it's coming from Ken, but I can't right now talk to Ken and ask him if, it's actually him or not. So until then, yeah, I'm ignoring it.
So it was something coming from Ken about an Amazon gift card, and
well, he was buying Amazon gift cards for some people for some reason.
Oh.
And there's an issue with the gift cards he tried to buy. I don't know what the issue is. I just got a very terse text message from him this morning.
Oh. All right. Well, leave that in his hands to figure out. Looks like I do have some responses here about, let's see. Rand says lost track of what we're trying to accomplish. It's that other drivers thing, and it's the memory virtualization protection is really the things I'm interested in. According to Armory Creek ASUS driver tool, the current version is 22.190.0.2, which is the one that Zavi gave us a link for. But it also says the current version is 22.250.02. Yeah, okay, that's not confusing at all. Rick got the same message from Ken. Got rid of the Western Digital invalid driver. I had to do a manual install of the driver from Greg. Ran Israel. Have you checked memory integrity feature with that driver disabled? No, I have not. Well, okay, so I suppose, yes, we can do that pretty quickly. If I come over here to
Clark is celebrated not just for his country.
Other devices and disable the device, and then go to the memory integrity. I'll go back to the prior page, and it was core isolation. That's where that is. Scan again. And nope, still not working and still reporting incompatible drivers. So BTW USB, is there a way to sort device manager by the driver file name? Connection container driver, type device, type connection, customize. Does customize give us access to even more? No. Driver, yeah, those are driver file names. So what I want is BTW USB. BTW. That's all alphabetical. So the only place for BTW would be up here. Aaron Snap-in. That's a Bluetooth device personal area network. Properties on these is not getting me anything. BTW USB. Okay. Search folders. I want to search for file, not a folder called that. While that search is running, I'll try searching registry for that. Back to hacking. Throwing mud at the wall. I should get to the top of the registry first. While that is searching, back to chat. Can you go to other driver properties and show hardware IDs? Yeah, I thought we've done that and done a Google search on that already. Let's go back to devices by type, other devices, properties. There must be a window open below that already has that open. Yeah, here. Is there another one? All right, I'm going to close down all of Device Manager because there's multiple windows open. Hardware IDs. Yeah. I'll copy both of those and put those into chat. And you can do whatever you want to do with them. There's that one. And here's the other one. That was Wintermute asking for that. Do I have an HP device with Bluetooth? I have an HP printer, but it's connected by USB to Baby Beast. I don't even have a monitor HP. No, I can't think of anything HP connected to Big Beast. Look for the OEM 44 INF. Okay. OEM 44. OEM 44 INF. It's here. Double click to open it. Broadcom Bluetooth USB installation script. What would we do with this to make any progress anywhere? Could rename it, see what impact it has. That was Ran Israel asking for that. I'll keep my eyes open for a follow-up from Ran about that. Okay, so we found that file. That was probably a better thing to do than those searches that I was doing for that Bluetooth name. Older drivers that would cause problems. Well, not always. There's been plenty of times where we find something, a newer driver or a newer version of something causes problems. Hello, Tim Cruz. Sinvish is saying my memory has ECC, error correcting something or other. Do I need to isolate core? Well, the purpose of that core isolation protection, whatever it's called, was to prevent malware from causing you trouble. That's my interpretation of it. What HP printer model? LaserJet 2300D. It's an old printer. I love old HP laser printers. Don't like the new ones at all. Scroll down in the file and look for descriptions. Source description. WidCom installation media. Control F DESC to find the word description. Here's at the top, source disk names description. That doesn't help us with what it is. Broadcom, BRCM, that sounds like Broadcom. Which we already had a hint of that. that doesn't point me any closer as to what physical device it is. BTW sec FL. Bluetooth USB security filter. There's a lot of stuff installed on Big Beast related to the RGB stuff. You remember when Carrie was building this computer? There's like 3, I think, boxes that are mounted on the back side of the computer that control all the RGB stuff. And it's just a confusing mess. And it makes me wonder, are those USB devices? How are they connected? This is squirrel, anybody? I want to get away from this. Come on, give us something else to talk about. Somebody.
I don't know. You're close enough to 4 o'clock that I think you can probably let it go.
Yeah, let's let it go and hang it up. I do have a little bit of homework for me. Those are fan controllers and RGB. Fan controllers and RGB. But they are addressable somehow through the software that's installed so that I can control them, so they're not just running off of the pins for fans. How do they get controlled? I'm thinking that is maybe some kind of a USB. I don't know. All right. Yeah, let's say goodbye. Hang it up. Goodbye, Gracie. Let's go to Zoom. Zoom, what do you have to say to all those people out there that are watching? There's about 12,000 watching live right now.
12,000. Okay. Nice try.
12? Do we have 12?
Well, yeah, I'm sure you have 12.
That's 45.
45 watching right now?
45.
Well, thank you for watching. Should I say
Well,
sorry?
I turned the core isolation on, so I got to restart now.
Oh, all right. And Speedy gives me a SAD for either such a Doug, or is he saying it's sad that these people have nothing better to do than to watch this show? We got to zoom in on Jim's
Yeah, I don't know
face.
what it did there. That was weird.
Did it do that on its own?
It sort of did it on its own. Yeah, that was weird.
Huh.
We have a new topic.
Nah.
We're going to go down that squirrel.
We're not going. No. Hasta la vista, baby.
All right. Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out, all you in Zoom. Go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
All right. That counts as their goodbyes. I'm going to click them away and be ready to punch this button so that I'm back on screen. So thanks for hanging out with us. Did we accomplish anything? Yeah, we did. We accomplished one thing. We said goodbye.